fall and the wind to get that chill. Down a dirt road followed by a dust trail leading to a fire pit hotter than hell. Just a few boys laughing like the coyotes yelping late into the night. Where we set up camp on a flat piece of land caught in between a ridge and some pines. When the morning comes, we'll be in the trees, just looking upon the land. And you best be warned that if I see horns, I'm gonna knock 'em down where he stands. 'Cause I've been waiting all year for the leaves to fall and the wind to get that chill. Down a dirt road followed by a dust trail leading to a fire pit hotter than hell. Just a few boys laughing like a coyotes yelping late into the night. Where we set up camp on a flat piece of land caught in between a ridge and some pines. And if I got what I thought I deserved after working these 47 weeks, it'd be a 160-10 just to walk in on and eating acorns out of the creek. And after helmets and pads, there ain't too much to have for trophies hanging on my wall. I'm just a working class fella and it's the closest to heaven that I will ever get. And I've been waiting all year for the leaves to fall and the wind to get that chill. Down a dirt road followed by a dust trail leading to a fire pit hotter than hell. Just a few boys laughing like a coyotes yelping late into the night. Where we set up camp on a flat piece of land caught in between a ridge and some pines. Where we set up camp on a flat piece of land caught in between a ridge and some pines.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the stream from Rainwater Studios. It's Wednesday night, and tonight I have my good friend Steve Plessinger here with me, and we're going to chat about some of the products he's been creating over the past few months. But first, I'd like to draw your attention back to the video that just played. That was Michael Mulder, our newest friend in the studio. He came in last week with 5 original songs, and I have to admit, I'm a big fan. Great songwriting, great presentation. He's a big fan of John Prine and Louis L'Amour.
Nice.
Can't ask for a whole lot more out of a fella than that. And then that last song is called Deer Camp. I thought that's appropriate for the upcoming deer hunting season. So I'm hoping that that'll be a nice anthem for you folks. You can check it out on YouTube and on SoundCloud at Rainwater Studios. So now we have a nice fall deer hunting anthem.
Right.
And John and Jamie from the Hammer and the Hatchet gave us a great mushroom hunting tune.
That's right.
Pretty soon we'll have
Seasonal,
everything we
yeah.
need. Yeah. But back to Steve Plessinger for a moment. The plan that we devised was a 4-month plan where first Steve would come in here and play his songs solo as a great solo rendition, but also as a demo so that he could send those songs over to his lead playing friends. How was your solo session in here? Did you?
It was a good way to break the ice, and enjoyed it. You guys do a good job of setting the mood and just creating a good sound in the studio and
Thank you.
let people do their thing.
Excellent. I thought it was pretty great, and honestly, it's kind of hard to beat the solo rendition of these songs. You really have to work with people that are great at what they do, that are familiar with the songs, to make the song better from there. So without belaboring that point, let's let these folks see a little bit about what happened. You came in here, you worked solo, then you had Joe Bollinger come in here with you, and then Marina We'll get into what plans worked and what plans fell through after we hear this tune from you and Joe and Marina that I've edited together to show each piece. You'll watch the song in its entirety, but it will transition into a duo after the first chorus, and then it'll transition into a different duo after the next chorus.
That's cool. Okay.
Let me know how I did.
All right.
Here it comes. This is Time Wasted.
She used to be my own, but it's a longer way to fall, and even longer way to call. Oh my, to gather the things wandered away, tearing up my heart. Pace around the room, another wasted afternoon, and a light from the windows faded to blue. It's just time wasted with you. Time wasted with you. Head in my hands, I'm a wolf among the lambs. I don't even give a damn, 'cause you know, yeah, you know, you were my only friend. Don't you tell me to leave it alone. Yeah, can't you understand? I'm a wasted, broken man, but I'm alive, and I owe it all to you. It's just time wasted with you. Oh, time wasted with you. Oh, I feel the fire, I'm burning in hell. Oh. All I can say is fare thee well. This is time wasted with you. Time wasted with you. Oh, time wasted with you. Oh, time wasted with you. Those funny things that you do. 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 She used to be my...
All right. That was my buddy Steve Plessinger here with, first, by himself, and then we jumped to his rendition with Joe Bollinger on the banjo, and then from there we jumped to Steve's rendition with Marina Stant on the fiddle. And it came together pretty seamlessly thanks to Steve's deft guitar playing and
well,
song
shoot,
singing
those guys
ability.
make it, just elevate it, take it to another level. So that was pretty cool to see the transition there.
Yeah, so as we mentioned, the idea was to start with a demo and then build this thing up. And we had, as usual, very grandiose plans. We like to shoot high. So the idea was that the solo would become a duo and the duos would become a trio. And we attempted that, and then COVID got in the way a little bit of our trio performance. And then we were going to have the full band out here outside, and dadgummit, COVID struck the lead guitar player down.
Yeah, reared its ugly head again. So, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm pretty happy just with the acoustic versions that we captured, but I would still love to revisit those ideas in the future and make those things a reality. Yeah. So, what worked well about the way we did this, and what like we constantly talk about how we can do it better.
Yeah,
but, now that I put you on the spot, maybe I'll see if you've figured out how to make this all work even smoother.
I think, one thing that was interesting watching it, that was the first time I'd seen it all together, and you were commenting how it kind of, you see changes in tempo or those the kind of like the evolution of a song. That had really been a song that I'd pulled out that I used to play, and I brought it back out for the stream, and now it's like I'm thinking about naming the album that, but that was I think that what seems like works best is, first of all, is the right people. I mean, and then I think from there you guys just create the right space to create things. So it I don't know. I'm pretty happy seeing that and looking forward to, more things. Because one thing we talked about before, we had started an album, and then with COVID, there was some, hiccups along the way. But, the goal was still to finish that. And, this song right here, just found its way into the album.
Mm-hmm. You said originally it was one that you kind of pushed aside and you weren't really going to work with.
I wrote it several years ago, and it had a little different feel, a little different arrangement, different key. And I just pulled it back out because I thought it would be a good one to, I don't know. I was playing a couple older tunes, and I thought, I'll throw that one out there. And then it really came together with Joe and Marina, and really, I wish we could have all three of them. So hopefully there'll be a chance to do that down the road too.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. It's a beautiful thing when the three of you can get together. I know that the banjo and the fiddle are two of my favorite accompaniments. I was really looking forward to that. So we'll make that happen down the road somewhere. What would you like to hear next? Laborer's Lament or the Kraken?
Well, the Kraken's one of those that seemed like it. A lot of people, enjoyed, and so maybe we can do that one next.
It's one of my favorites. Man, would you mind rolling the Kraken for us?
On the eve of the resurrection, got you dancing, looking my direction, and the wild blue could swim in those eyes, dip beneath the water that reflects the skies. Yeah, dip beneath the water that reflects the skies. When the waves crash against the bow, we try to take cover, but we don't know how. We find the captain's quarters, so and take that bottle down. Go wrestle with the Kraken another round. Such a young girl to watch her father go, can't cling to her mother, she's away from home. But we're all adrift, got our nets in the seas, got our own struggle, got our own disease. Yeah, got our own struggle, got our own disease. When the waves crash against the bow, we try to take cover, we don't know how. We find the captain's quarter and take that bottle down. Go wrestle with the Kraken another round. If these timbers could only speak, they'd spin you a story that would last a week. And when the wind moves through the bay, I hope you drift ashore here. Hope your ship's okay. Yeah, hope you drift ashore. Hope your ship's okay. When the waves crash against the bow, try to take cover, but we don't know how. We find the captain's quarters and take that bottle down. Oh, wrestle with the Kraken another round. When the waves crash against the bow, try to take cover, we don't know how. We find the captain's quarters and take that bottle down. Go wrestle with the Kraken another round. Go wrestle with the Kraken another round. God help me wrestle with the Kraken another round.
Right, that was the Kraken, which originally I thought was going to be the title of the album, but I guess it's anybody's guess at this point. Time Wasted sounds like a killer title too.
Yeah, but we'll see. It's still got to be finished, right? And but that'll be a good project for this winter.
Right.
And we had talked before that song about Joe Marina and I playing together. I wanted to mention that we're playing a house show. It's going to be an outdoor, socially distancing friendly show a week from Saturday. So if you're interested, shoot me a message or reach out through Rainwater Studios, and we'll get you the link once that's available. But
It's a really cool venue. The lawn is spaced out into your own private square. There's a nice back deck for the performers to perform on, and typically there's some food and drink there. It's kind of a bring your own beverage kind of situation.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be kind of a limited number of seats, but last time this has been a weird couple months. You mentioned the weather, COVID. I mean, as of course, my struggles are our struggles are pale in comparison to some people's struggles as far as what they're going through. But it's what I think is really cool is when people adapt and figure out new ways of doing things. So this is a great way of being able to share that before it gets too cold out. So
right on. Yeah, it'll be some of the last outdoor performances of the season. It's a beautiful place to do it. It's obviously weather dependent, but be ready for some live entertainment on the 17th if you're into that kind of thing. Hit Steve up and he'll let you know where it's at. Yeah. As far as the future plans for what we're doing in the studio here, my passion is live performance, and we can capture these songs track by track. I like to close mic everything, and then we can mix it down after the fact, even if it's played live. For y'all that have never recorded an album, there's many ways to get it done, but the two main ways are either to play the song live, like in its entirety with all of the accompaniment, or you can piece it together track by track, adding layer after layer, which is more complex. It's often a way to get a cleaner sound and to have more controllability, but sometimes it loses the organic energy of the song. And I'm kind of all about that live energy, and that's what this studio is more geared towards, really, is the live performance. So in my perfect world, Steve would cut these demos, then he'd send these demos to the lead players, and they'd develop parts. Then we get a rhythm section on board. And then when everybody's very familiar with the songs, they just come in here and play it live. Yeah. And then we'd cut the album in maybe a couple or three live sessions, just get the best performances from each one. But
well, and the best thing about what you're doing here is, you're creating a community. Mm-hmm. And for instance, like Joe played on Steve Hickman's album, and that there's just all these great people together that can help each other out on their projects, and and what better way to kind of put something out there in the world, and and I think what you're doing, I think you hit the nail on the head. Plus, you got, I mean, this great space with the lighting and everything. You're able to at the same time capture that video. A lot of people want to see that video of when they were cutting those very records that they're hearing. And I think you're right. There's a lot of energy in live performance. I think so much of our music nowadays, where it's programmed and things, I think people are too worried about it being perfect. But what really moves us as people is sometimes it's the little imperfections or the little ways in which it never been done that way before. That's what you see in a live performance. Sometimes the singer will sing a line a different way, or the solo, the guitarist or soloist, they play it a different way, and they're in the moment, and that you can't replicate. And being able to have that captured in a live format does have so much more energy. So I think you tapped into something pretty powerful.
On a personal note, you did that to me when you first came in here with your demo session or your solo session. You said, so you're going to play a couple or three of these on the harmonica with me. Yeah, okay, I guess I am. And that's always, it's enough to make you tremble a little bit. Like for me, when somebody like Steve comes in here, or Steve Hickman, or David Sisson, or Rob Harsh, these songs are already masterpieces, just like they are without anybody finger painting on them. So I like to make the analogy that if you already have a Picasso, you don't really want to add finger paint to that. So you're really cautious in your playing when you're playing a song that you don't know terribly well, and you're put on the spot. A lot of people will play their best that way because they play the least that way. It's when we think we already know the song, we start to feel like we know our part, and then we don't listen as much. So it's good to have two ears and one mouth when you're playing along with these things. But it was a pleasure, and I'll have to throw that version of the Kraken up there that you and I did, and Puget Sound on the harmonica. It was a lot of fun for me.
Well, and folks don't always get to see, but I mean, we do a lot of that stuff around campfires and stuff where we just throw caution to the wind. But once you have cameras rolling and
right.
You got people watching, you want to be able to nail it, or a recording session, you want to be able to.
Yeah.
But sometimes that like you said, that nervous energy, it does bring out something in us that we really hone in on what we're doing. So
listen tight.
Yeah.
Well, without further ado, we have one more song to show you that, in the same vein as the last two, you'll see a little bit of Steve solo, little Steve with our friend Joe Bollinger on the banjo, and a little bit of Steve with Marina Stant on the fiddle in this next tune called Laborer's Lament.
My hands are strong from years spent working just to salvage the land. The winter's long, the pistons keep pushing, got to carry the man. Don't keep me long, I've got no time today. All the stone cut this woman, she wanna make me pay. Maturation, the dawn of reason, the devil gets his due. Made of bourbon, made of blood, whatever get me through, yeah. Don't keep me long, I've got no time today. All the stone cut this woman, she wanna make me pay. Take it, Joe. Say your guns before you leave your knees. They sail four winds, warning the temples keep burning. The enough to boil the seas, yeah. Don't keep me long, no, I got no time today. The stone cutter's woman, she wants to make me pay. I said, don't keep me long, no, I got no time today. Oh, no, 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 the stone cutter's woman, she wants to make me pay.
That was Laborer's Lament with Steve Plessinger, Joe Bullinger, and Marina Stant, all at different times. Those were 3 different performances spliced together, if you didn't notice. I'm sure you did notice if you watched it all the way through. It wasn't totally seamless editing, but I thought it got the job done.
Pretty nice, man. That was the first time I'd seen those was tonight, so
Right on.
very nice work, man.
Thank you. Yeah, those are just for you all. That's not a finished product that's going to go up on YouTube or anything. It's kind of a cool way to show the things that happen. Now, if things had gone according to plan, we would have had a full band performance towards the end of that. Maybe a trio performance where all 3 on the stage. But, COVID and whatnot got in the way of some of our plans, but we did pretty good.
We did. We'll take what we can get, right?
Yeah. I really enjoy
so
your
good.
tunes, and
Thanks,
the renditions were pretty excellent. But ladies and gentlemen, that's basically all we have for you tonight. We just wanted to show you a little bit of what we've been working on with Steve. We did upload all of his songs, solo and the 2 duo formats. All of those are now on YouTube. I put a link in the comments. You can check out the whole portfolio there. And if you're cruising in your car, you can check out the other link to SoundCloud, and you can just listen to the music while you're driving without eating up all your data. I'm going to be listening during my morning drives for the next week or so to that stuff there. But thank you for tuning in. Steve and I are going to jam a little bit. We're going to hang out and enjoy ourselves. And we're going to start doing that while Mandy throws up a little bit of information about how you can support the studio. Thank you for tuning in. Do tune in next week. Honestly, candidly, I don't know what we're doing next week. But it might be similar to what we did today with another artist. We'll piece together some of what we did with Steve Hickman or... I don't know. I hate to speculate. But we'll see you next week.
And thank you, Keenan. Thank you. This has really been
Appreciate you,
a
Steve.
pleasure, man. Yeah, thank you.
Steve Plessinger, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the stream from Rainwater Studios. Why don't you throw down a little quarantine blues and I'll jam along with you on the way out here.